Hello everyone, I am Dr. Bharati Patnaik from Sitabai Arts, Commerce and Science College, Akola. Today, let us discuss about the classification of speech sounds, that is vowels, which has been prescribed in the syllabus of MA Part 2, SEM 2 of the paper Linguistics and Phonetics. We know that the speech sounds are broadly divided into two categories, consonants and vowels. All the sounds during the production of which we hear friction are consonant sounds. All sounds during the production of which we do not hear friction are called vowels. During the articulation of vowel sounds, the lung air escapes through the mouth without any friction. This is because during the articulation of vowels, there is no obstruction in the mouth. Vowels are therefore articulated with a stricture of open approximation. The active articulator during the articulation of all vowels is the front of the tongue or the back of the tongue or the part of the tongue that is between the front and the back, which is called the center of the tongue. The passive articulator is the hard palate or the soft palate or the part of the roof of the mouth between the hard palate and soft palate. The tongue can take a large number of positions during the articulation of vowel sounds, but the upper surface of the main body of the tongue is usually convex. The vowels are classified as under. Number 1, the part of the tongue raised during the articulation. Number 2, the height to which it is raised. And number 3, the position of lips. Number 1, the part of the tongue raised during the articulation. If the front of the tongue is raised in the direction of the hard palate, two different front vowels are produced. Front vowels are those during the articulation of which the front of the tongue is raised in the direction of hard palate. But the space between the front of the tongue and the hard palate should be sufficient for the air to escape without any friction. The vowels in the English words be, bid, bed, and bad are examples of front vowels. Back vowels. Now, back vowels are those vowels when the back of the tongue is raised in the direction of the roof of the mouth. If the back of the tongue is raised in the direction of the soft palate, two back vowels are produced. Back vowels are those during the articulation of which the back of the tongue is raised in the direction of soft palate in such a way that there is sufficient gap between them for the air to escape without friction. The vowels in the English words cart, cot, caught, push, pull are examples of back vowels. Vowels may be produced by raising the center of the tongue in the direction of the center of the roof of the mouth. These vowels are called central vowels. The vowels in the English words cup and heard are examples of central vowels. The number 2 category is the height to which it is raised. We can see in the figure that the tongue can assume a large number of positions during the articulation of vowel sounds. When the front of the tongue is quite close to the roof of the mouth and it is the highest. That is, if the front of the tongue is raised any further, the space between the front of the tongue and the hard palate will become so narrow that the lung air will escape through this gap with friction. This vowel is called front close vowel. The front vowels, which is far from the roof of the mouth, is front open vowel. These are the two extreme points. It is possible that the front of the tongue lies anywhere between these two extreme points during the articulation of vowels. The distance between these extreme position, that is the close and open, is divided into three equal parts. When the tongue is between the close and open positions, but closer to the close position, is called front half close vowel. When the tongue is between the close and open positions, but closer to the open than to close, is called front half open. Thus, according to the height of the tongue, we have close, half close, half open, and open vowels. Similarly, we have back close, back half close, back half open, back open, when the back of the tongue is raised to a point between the close and open positions. We also have central close, central half close, central half open, and central open when the center of the tongue is raised to a point between the close and open positions. The third category is the position of lips. According to this, vowels are divided into two categories, unrounded and rounded. Unrounded vowels are those during the articulation of which the lips are spread or neutral. For example, the vowels in the English words seat, sit, set, and sat are the examples of unrounded vowels. Rounded vowels are those during the articulation of which the lips are rounded. For example, the vowels in the English words caught, caught, put, and fool are examples of rounded vowels. The vowel diagram. The area joining the 8 points of the tongue positions is called the vowel area. The vowels articulated with these 8 tongue positions are called cardinal vowels. Cardinal vowels 1 to 5 are unrounded vowels, while cardinal vowels 6 to 8 are rounded vowels. The vowel diagram gives only 2 pieces of information regarding a vowel. Number 1, the part of the tongue raised and the height to which it is raised. It does not give any information regarding the position of lips. Now, diphthongs. What do you mean by diphthongs? During the articulation of some vowels, there is a perceptible change in the quality of the vowel. The vowel at the end does not sound the same as the vowel at the beginning. Such vowels of changing quality are called diphthongs. A diphthong may be described as a vowel glide, that is, the tongue first takes the position required for the articulation of a certain vowel and then moves or glides towards the position required for the articulation of another vowel. The vowels in the English words by, boy, cow, and poor are some examples of diphthongs. They are 8 in number. So, this completes with the classification of vowel sounds. So, friends, let me conclude that there are 44 speech sounds in English, in which 24 are consonant sounds, 12 are vowels, and 8 are diphthongs. Thank you.